to get the right one up here. All right. Hopefully. Okay. So welcome again. Thank you for joining us today. As you can see from the beginning slide, MNA was incorporated in 1990. We serve more than 800 member organizations throughout the state, and we do that through providing capacity building support, activities and programs and civic engagement, and also public policy and advocacy work. As you can see, my name is Sarah Pinder. I'm the Resource Services Manager for Michigan Nonprofit Association. And up there on the slide is the two other members of our stakeholder engagement team, which includes membership and all the other ways that we serve MNA members. So Terry Streetman is on the call with us today, helping out with some of the technical aspects of the webinar, and then Bill Gesseman is our supervisor, and he is the Director of Stakeholder Engagement. And we're also very lucky today to have Joan Bowman with us. She's the Senior Director of Public Affairs and Communications. So I'm going to turn it over to Joan for a couple minutes, and she can give us her introduction.
Thanks, Sarah. Good afternoon. I lead, as Sarah said, the public policy and advocacy work for MNA, and we take great pride in our long history as an advocate and a support system for nonprofits and our advocacy work. So basically, we work on advocating for laws and regulations that allow nonprofits to serve the needs of their communities, as well as educate policymakers on all our issues. And as you can see from the slide, the policy issues mainly fall into three areas: tax policy, because consistent tax policies are really critical to fostering transparency and good governance; the budget and spending area, which again, this is budgets at the local level, the state level, and the federal level; and also public-private collaboration. Because nonprofit organizations share with governments a commitment to improve the lives and communities of the citizens of our state. And we're really dedicated to improving those contracting systems and strengthening those partnerships at all levels. I'd like you to take a moment, if you can, at some point, get a few minutes and look at the legislative agenda that we've created for 2015. There's 5 main priority areas, so you can go to our website and see what those are. And also, I'd like you to know that we have a nonprofit caucus that works for us in the legislature. So those are, it's a bicameral, bipartisan, which means there's 4 Democrats and 4 Democrats and 4 Republicans, and then in the Senate and the House, and they work to help us with the regulatory issues and the legislative issues that impact our sector. My contact information is right down there on the screen, so if you have any specific issues or anything that you'd like to discuss with me further, please don't hesitate to give me a call. Thank you.
Thanks, Joan. Joan is very busy, and so I'm glad that we were able to get a couple minutes of your time this afternoon and discuss some of the most important work that MNA does in the policy realm. So moving right along, what we're going to do now is I'm going to take a minute to bring up the Michigan Nonprofit Association website, as that's going to be the bulk of our presentation today, specifically because the majority of resources that we have and the membership benefits are hosted on our website. So easiest way to find that is right there. So I'm going to give you a little tour, and again, if you have questions, feel free to put it in the question box, and if we have time at the end, I'll just open up the, unmute your phone line, and you can ask those questions. So as you can see, I'm going to get back to the front page here, but we are on the Michigan Nonprofit Association website, and it's just mnaonline.org, and this is the first step that you want for all of these different benefits and things that we have available. So I'm going to start just pointing out a few key points here. The first tab is about MNA. The really neat thing under here is that we have this Get Connected menu, and you can see right there, this is all of our social media accounts, the various e-newsletters that Michigan Nonprofit Association produces and sends out, so you can sign up for any or all of those. As Joan was talking, we do have one on public policy and action, so you could sign up for that if you're interested in that type of work. So there's a wealth of information. I encourage you to like us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter, and lots of different ways to hear about what's going on. In addition, we also have a staff page under this tab, and as you can see, all the staff members' photos, names, titles, contact information is listed there. So feel free to reach out at any time to people on that list that may be of things that could help you out. The second tab is membership, which is where we're going to be for the majority of the call today, but we'll come back to that in a minute. Capacity building resources, I do want to point out that under this heading of technology services, Michigan Nonprofit Association, one of our programs and affiliates is called Highway T, and they do managed care service. So they're actually your technicians. They help you with all those technology needs that that nonprofit organizations have. So if you're interested in that kind of help, reach out to Highway T, and they can certainly give you some good advice and some consulting there. Also under the capacity building tab is another important menu item called management support organizations. These are organizations that Michigan Nonprofit Association partners with a lot. There are 9 of them currently, and they are in different areas of the state. They provide a lot of technical assistance and training. So if you're looking for specific training on whether it be board development or fund development or HR, technology, things like that, these organizations do a great job in presenting that in their local communities. So check out those if you're interested, or look for the organization that might be closest to you geographically and visit their webpage and see what they have to offer. The next tab over is civic engagement. We do have a lot of people here that work at MNA that help with civic engagement. They do try to provide opportunities throughout someone's lifespan. The League Michigan works with K-12 schools and promotes being civically engaged. Michigan Campus Compact works with college-level students. And then Volunteer Centers of Michigan serve mostly adults. So through those 3 programs, we really cover someone's lifespan with the opportunities to volunteer and become engaged. In addition, we run a national service program and work with AmeriCorps and AmeriCorps Vista program. So if you're ever interested in that, we do host about 35 AmeriCorps workers, AmeriCorps employees, AmeriCorps volunteers each year, and they are placed at various organizations throughout the state. Again, public policy and advocacy, we have a whole tab here of resources, some of the things that Joan had hit on. If you go under, I believe it's the Nonprofit Caucus, and scroll down, this is where you see the legislative agenda. So if you're interested in checking out more of what's on the docket for 2015, take a look there. And some other things, we also work with Southeast Michigan Public Policy Council and lots of different things here, so you can get more on policy news or different resources. So spend a little time in there. This last tab, the Nonprofit Resource Center tab, has a lot of great information here. One of our big services is the Nonprofit Job and Internship Center. As you can see, you as a nonprofit and as a member, you can post positions that you have open. For only $75, you get a 30-day post. And this website gets over 17,000 hits monthly and is updated daily. We do also then put the job opportunities that we receive into a job center email. It went out this morning. It goes out every other Friday morning and goes to more than 4,000 subscribers. So if you have a job that you're hosting or posting, this is an awesome place to post it and get lots of great applicants through there. And it's one of your member benefits as you get a discount as being an MNA member. So another part on this menu is the Consultant and Resource Directory. So these are business members that pay to be a member of Michigan Nonprofit Association. So if you're looking for help in a certain topic area or maybe looking for someone to do your audit, this is a great place to start. You can search by keyword, you can search by category, or where they are located in the state. Lots of different options there. MNA doesn't specifically endorse these client businesses, but we encourage you to contact their clients that they've listed on their menu and ask for referrals. Again, sticking in this Nonprofit Resource Center tab, if we scroll down a little bit further, we get to managing a nonprofit. As you can see, there's lots of resources here. A document that we call Principles and Practices is something great to look at for your organization and can be downloaded from this page. We also have some various publications. The Michigan Nonprofit Management Manual is a great desktop resource. It is a manual. It's about 600 pages long. So the idea is to utilize it as a resource where you're either looking topics up in the index or the table of contents. But it's really a great resource, especially for new organizations or people that maybe are new to a leadership position. It has lots of different information in there. So as a member, you do receive a discount on that. It would be $75 instead of $95. And it is absolutely something that you'll want in your resource library. Again, there's links down here to a lot of free materials that are available to you. We have a basic infrastructure checklist, which again is just a great thing to go through, especially if you're a new starting out organization and see where it is that maybe you need to have some improvements. We also do have a link here to website Staying Legal. It's a good information resource, but don't take it as replacement for legal advice. And also, if you need to dive deeper into some of the topics that are covered there, certainly use that Consultant and Resource Directory to find legal help. We definitely have people listed there that can help with specific topics. The next tab down there is the nonprofit sector and research. Michigan Nonprofit Association does a lot of things that help to inform people about what the nonprofit sector is and what it means to Michigan. One being our economic benefits of Michigan's nonprofit sector report. You can see here, it's pretty incredible to know that about 1 in 10 people in Michigan work for a nonprofit organization, and there's more than 42,000 nonprofits within the state. So just some neat things about the sector that you're a part of. You can download the full report here, but also this link to regional tables is really, really interesting. I'll just click on it real quick. But you can use the links on the side or these year links, and you get to this really neat part that shows both maps and graphs and some visuals about Michigan's economic impact of the nonprofit sector. So if you're interested in that, take some time looking around or reach out and we can certainly help you think about what you might use that for. Michigan Nonprofit Association uses it a lot when they talk to legislators and people in state and national government to say, hey, listen to us because nonprofits make up a great deal of Michigan's economy. So the final tab on this Nonprofit Resource Center is Publications and Bookstore. And you'll see here lots of different things that we have available to purchase as well. There's the Michigan Nonprofit Management Manual that we talked about already. and the different sections that are in that manual. This next one is also really neat. It's the Michigan Nonprofit Compensation and Benefit Survey. It just was released in November 2014, so it's very current information. It is a report of various common nonprofit positions. There's over 76 different positions mentioned in that report with detailed data on how much those positions are being paid and what kinds of benefits they get. You can even look via the organization size or the organization location, or whether it's an arts and humanities organization or something different. So it's a really good resource. It is available for purchase. As a member, you get it for $50 instead of $130. So a great resource to have and to keep in mind if you're doing any hiring soon. There's a few other publications that come out from Michigan Nonprofit Association. Links is our quarterly magazine, and as a member, you will get that in your mailbox each quarter. So look for that coming up in the spring. And also some other free downloads here, Principles and Practices, starting a tax-exempt organization. If you're just getting started, this might be a good reference for you. A nonprofit advocacy primer, very good resource if you're interested in getting more involved in that work. And then a guide on how to get a job in the nonprofit sector. So check all that out, and you'll be great. So I'm going to go back to this membership tab and scroll down to Member Central. That's where I mentioned we were going to spend some time earlier today. We did just redesign this portion of the website to make it easier for you guys to navigate and find the most beneficial resources for you. So bear with me a little bit. It's brand new to me. It literally launched this morning. But if you've looked at it before and you can tell that it looks different, trust me, all the same information is on there, so we just put it out there in a better organized way. We already talked about the compensation and benefits report, so I'm going to scroll down. This is a key member benefit that I want to talk about. It's Grant Station. So you, as a member, get free access to Grant Station. So what you would do as a member is come right here to our website, that Member Central tab, and click here to Grant Station. Now it's going to come up with a login, and if you don't have your login information, you can request it here from MNA or send me a email, and we can certainly get it for you. Also, I will mention that your membership is for anyone in your organization. So if you have a login but you have some staff that you would like to also have a login, please just let us know that, and we can help you out with that. But once you get to the login screen, you just put in your username and password, and you'll get to this screen, and just click Go to Grant Station. It takes a couple seconds. So Grant Station is a searchable online database of current grant opportunities. So if you write grants, it's an awesome tool to find current opportunities. And it's usually $700 a year for a subscription, so you're really getting a great value with having it as part of your member benefits. As you can see over here on the left are your search options. You can search for U.S. grants, international grants, etc. When you click U.S. grants, you can go to the U.S. Charitable Giving database, and you can see that you can search by funder name if you know what you're looking for. Advanced search, you can put a lot of parameters on it, or keyword. So I'll just go back one. I'll do the advanced search to show you. Again, you know, I can choose funders with a specific geographic focus, and I can pick Michigan, and I can even say I want arts and culture, et cetera, et cetera. There's so many ways to make this work for you. And let's say I want a grant for, you know, and then a good one, internships. Let's see if I hit Find Funders. With this search, since I narrowed it down so much, I got one funder. Most of the time when we do a search, we have at least 50 or so. So it's quite a powerful tool. So you can check out there. You learn a little bit about the organization, who to contact, what kinds of grants they give. But this is a really, really great tool, and I encourage you to use it. It's one of the biggest member benefits that you get. And if you do need a little bit more help or some suggestions on how to make the searches work for you, go up here to the Tour tab, and you will access a free online video that gives you some better suggestions. Also on the left here is some great resources for actual help on how you write a grant, some examples there. So I'm going to go back to MNA's home site and get back to Member Central. Again, another product that you receive a discount on is the Michigan Foundation Directory, so you can check that out. Also, we archive all our old webinars, and that can be found here, as well as discounted or free events. We also partner with the Nonprofit Risk Management Center, which I'm going to click on here. So this is how you would access that again. And you click here to access. If you hadn't entered your username and password, it would prompt you to do that. This does take a few seconds to come up, so give it a little bit of time. And as you can see, now we're on Nonprofit Risk Management Center site. And the really neat thing about this is if you're managing risk, which most nonprofits are in some way, they have some great tools for that. They do have webinars and a webinar vault that you can learn more information from those by viewing those webinars. And this is my favorite part. It's called My Risk Management Policies. So if you click on here, then it does take a second to load because it has so much information in there. What it's going to bring up is a list of policies that you can get for your organization. And as a member, you get a great discount on those. The policies sell for $29 instead of $179. So really an awesome deal there. You can see the website did come up. And as you can see, by a member, you get the deals for $29. If you scroll down here and say, to see the list of available policies, click here. You can see just the vast array and variety of policies. So if you're looking from anything from, check this out and see what they have to offer. And I bet it will be, a better opportunity to get a pre-made policy that you can tailor for your organization than spending a lot of staff time to do that. So going back to Member Central, again, that's where we're accessing everything from. We do have an opportunity with a group called MindEdge, and they offer online learning, so great professional development opportunities. As an MNA member, you get a 10% discount, but if you decide to take one of these courses before March 31st, you could get a 20% discount. But lots of different topics, and what they are is online courses that you can take at your own leisure and then learn about the different topics there. So check that out if you're interested. We also have a template library of different common nonprofit templates, and also a partnership with All Campus that can help your staff get higher education discounts. So if you're interested in any of those. This Principles for Good Governance document is something that we recently partnered with Independent Sector on, so another great management tool if you're interested in that. I'm continuing down the page. We've talked about a lot of the things in this HR section, so you're welcome to look more into those. And also, I wanted to point out, not only do we have the Consultant and Resource Directory, but we also have the Nonprofit Member Directory, which is where all our members are listed, and you will see your organization listed if you're an MNA member. But it also gives you an opportunity if you're looking to partner with someone maybe in your same area or maybe statewide that does similar work to you. You can use all these different fields here and do a search and find people that you may be able to reach out to that are also MNA members. So keep that in mind. Well, that's pretty much the whole tour of Member Central and our website. I'd be happy to answer any questions if you would like to put them in the question box or use the raise hand function, and I'll go ahead and unmute your phone. But please, again, if you don't have your MNA login username and password, reach out to us and get that because that's what you're going to need to access most of these benefits. And in addition to that, keep in mind to reach out to Michigan Nonprofit Association, use that staff listing page. Reach out to myself or Terry if you have questions. We'd be happy to help you. So thank you again. We'll stick on the line for a couple more minutes and answer any questions that you might have.